The other three guys in the quartet are Kevin Tiernan, Ken Lasaine, and Andre LaFosse, all of whom I've known for several years here in Los Angeles, from doing various different things around town. Getting electric guitarists to play chamber music is a really strange skill set to ask for, really, because a lot of the stuff written for electric guitar requires a set of electric guitar techniques that's mostly developed in popular kinds of music, rock and jazz and blues and whatever. And so I wanted players that were familiar with that vocabulary of guitar techniques. It was very important for the music that actually be something well into their fingers. And by the same token, I also needed people who were trained classically enough to be able to follow a score and follow directions on a score, dynamic directions, phrasing directions, that were familiar with the things that you need to be familiar with in playing in an ensemble, phrasing together and following each other, etc., etc. And so that proved to be a little bit more problematic than I first thought. I did go through several guys that sort of sent charts back to me and said, I'm not really sure about this, and a few guys that were sort of like, well, this is really kind of fun, but I got these gigs I need to do. I got to play some real music for money. Which I totally respect, but it did require somebody to take it seriously on its own level for what it was, and to have some very peculiar sort of techniques under their belt. And so these three guys, it was really a matter. Well, Ken Lasaine, I've known around town doing a lot of jazz gigs, and we met again at the Bronca thing, and that's when I realized that he also had a taste for modern music and modern guitar techniques and things like that. And so that was an immediate connection we had. And Andre and Kevin I've known around town from various different things, and I've come to know them as also being interested in this, as well as having the right kind of training. And so when I had the three of them over to just try reading through things, there was just a great chemistry, not only musically but personally, and I thought, okay, this could work. And it was, in a lot of ways, their encouragement and their enthusiasm for it that kind of made me think that this was something that I could commit to turning into an actual performing ensemble, because that was not originally my intention. My intention was, after finding all of this music, well, I just want to get some guys and play through it and see how it feels. And I don't want to put any pressure on it to be anything. Well, after these guys started really getting into it, I thought, well, okay, now let's turn this into something. Let's put this out there and see who likes it. So, Andre is a graduate of Cal Arts, and so his range of techniques, especially in some more experimental kinds of music, is really, really phenomenal. Not only to mention that he's a tremendous guitar player. Technically, he can execute just about anything I've thrown at him on the page. He's really fantastic. And Kevin also has done a lot of theater work and theater pit bands and stuff like that, and so, which is sort of an ensemble playing of a different kind, but not too far-fetched in a lot of ways, following a conductor and following scores and things like that. And Kevin is really fantastic at a really aggressive sort of rock approach, which some of the pieces call for, which is right up his alley. And Ken Lasaine, like I said, I knew primarily as a jazz player, but as I got to know him a lot more, it turns out he's very well-rounded in a number of styles of electric guitar playing, blues and country and all kinds of things, as well as being classically trained himself. And so, everybody sort of has their different angle on things, but they all had the basic things I was looking for, which is a real understanding of the vocabulary of the electric guitar, and ensemble training of some kind, so that they wouldn't be frightened off by a score with strange scribbles all over it and stuff like that.